Hey everybody, Maggie Yu, MD, Functional and Holistic Medicine MD here. And today, what I wanted to do is talk about how to make the ultimate immune boosting soup. I know there's a lot of scary stuff going on the news right now. And one of the things that gets forgotten is that we continue to eat every day. And what are some foods that are literally amazing for helping our immune system cope with bacteria, viruses, or yeast? And in a sense, the focus on sanitizers or masks sometimes are missing the boat of the fact that we can feed ourselves and our family food that really helps our immune system every single day. And today I'm actually making a soup and I'm bringing it to a friend's house tonight as part of our dinner. But I just wanted to show you guys how really simply to make a soup that's like got ingredients to boost your immune system like crazy. And when I say boost, there's a lot of people that get confused what that means, people dealing with autoimmunity and things like that. There are foods that are amazing for supporting your immune system to help decrease the chance of getting upper respiratory infections, or it can also, when you're sick, has been shown to be helpful. So in case you guys haven't noticed, there's tons of studies on chicken noodle soup or chicken soup and how it actually can help with mucus and upper respiratory. So soup has a lot of properties, and I can tell you why soup is like the best thing to eat when we're trying to prevent us from getting sick. And if you're sick, it's the best thing to make for you and your family. And those of you that are watching this later on YouTube or on Instagram, welcome, and make sure if you're on YouTube to click the subscribe and ring the bell, the notification, so you know every time I come on live. But I love to cook, and here I'm just gonna cook today and show you guys what I'm preparing, which is the ultimate, penultimate immune supportive soup. And I'm gonna start with some ingredients, okay? I know that there's a lot of press about chicken soup, studies on chicken soup. It doesn't have to be chicken. And I'm gonna talk about why, for me, I'm making a soup today that is a ham hock bean soup. And I'm gonna talk about why I've picked each ingredient. So it gives you some discernment, you know, so you can think of it when you're putting in ingredients like, oh, this is why I'm gonna do this, okay? So I'm gonna, if you guys are struggling with some soup recipes, this is probably a really great guide for you to watch, because I love using the Instapot. The Instant Pot really makes cooking like a snap. As you guys will see as I go through this, it took me about 10 minutes to chop all the ingredients together, and I'm gonna throw into the Instant Pot, and we're gonna have amazing soup within an hour, okay? That in the past would take, 6-7 hours to make. So first of all, let's talk about why. I'm just gonna talk about some of these ingredients. I'm gonna bring this, this camera down a bit. All right, so I'm gonna talk about ham hocks, okay? Why do I like using ham hocks? A couple of things is that I like ham hocks because, one, they're inexpensive, okay? They're also flavorful. There's a lot of bone in ham hock or even pig's feet. The bone and cartilage in ham hock or in pig's feet or chicken feet actually is really amazing, because cartilage really coats your intestine. It has collagen. Cartilage has collagen. Collagen is amazing for helping with your immune system, because it actually literally helps the lining of your gut have a protective layer on it. And more importantly, collagen is a really important component of every cell. So it gets absorbed into your intestinal cells really easily. And so it has an amazing effect on protecting your gut, soothing it, and it's a really good source of protein. And when you talk about certain parts of, if you're gonna make soup like bone broth, or in this case, I'm not making bone broth, I'm just making soup. And you can certainly use bone broth in the soup to add more cartilage or collagen. But I like using ham hocks because, number one is they're really cheap. Number two is sometimes you can get them raw, you can get them smoked. Imparts the smoke, like a smoked ham hock, imparts a really good flavor and robustness to the soup that I love. I love layers of flavor in a soup where people have the soup and they're like, whoa, what do you got going on in there? Having a lot of stuff going on, I love, and layers of building flavor is important. So I like using ham hocks, something like this, $3 in the grocery store, okay? And typically it's also a part of an animal we don't really think of using very often. It also has meat on it, so it has ham on it, and it's gonna be good going into the soup as some protein additional into your soup. So I like using ham hocks, but feel free, if you don't like using ham hocks and you want to use other type of bones. I do like using meat that has bone on it because the bone really gives it additional minerals into the soup, like magnesium, calcium, making it really absorbable, okay? So bone is really important into any soup, and it doesn't have to be expensive. I don't go buying organic bones from the special butcher or whatever. If you have access to that, that's great. So a couple things about just using ham hock, okay? Now let's talk about the vegetables with which I have chosen. And, you know, I want you guys to just, you know, think outside the box a lot on this. But these are really simple ingredients that sometimes we ignore the incredible immune boosting properties of it. So when you look at vegetables like celery, okay? Celery, onion, and carrot. A lot of times we just think those are basic vegetables. But what are some immune boosting properties? Well, guess what? Carrot is chock full of beta carotene, vitamin A. Vitamin A has clinically been shown in studies to actually really be a great antiviral. Okay, so why not just get some ton of, and I like these root vegetables to be organic, because they absorb a lot of the pesticides from the ground. So I get organic carrots. Actually, all these vegetables are organic. And if you guys haven't watched my Imperfect Foods unboxing video, I talk about an inexpensive way to actually stock your kitchen with one of these services that deliver organic produce to your home, and you can customize, right? So if you haven't seen it, go to my YouTube channel and you can see it. But anyway, carrots are really great because they're chock full of beta carotene, vitamin A, which is really incredible for viruses, okay? Celery, okay? Celery is chock full of fiber, many other nutrient benefits to it. We all know this, and it's really incredible for your liver. Liver is a really important part of your immune system as well. But what I really love about, like, when I look at onion and I look at celery, it's chock full of plant fiber, okay? And a lot of this plant fiber is what we call prebiotic. And what are prebiotics? Prebiotic is the stuff that the good bacteria in your gut likes to eat to help them grow. That's really simple. So when you feed plant fibers, specifically like onion has a very high amount of fiber that is a prebiotic. Other vegetables that have prebiotic would be like asparagus has a ton of prebiotics in it as well. And I have asparagus. I should have just chopped up some as well in here. And then celery as well. But a lot of plant fibers are prebiotics. They're really great to feed the bacteria that's good in your gut. And you guys know how important the good bacteria in your gut. They're literally the soldiers that are going to be fighting any sort of infection for you, okay? So we want to feed our good probiotics to boost them and their numbers so they can line the lining in your intestine, in your mucosal layers in the back of your throat and everything with good bacteria. Those are your first line of defense, all right? So what are some other ingredients, okay? I'm going to go through is garlic. Oh my goodness, I love garlic. So garlic is really amazing. This is just a bag of, I get it from Costco. It's an organic garlic bag, and I freeze it. So then I just take out whatever I need usually. Garlic is amazing because it actually has some active compounds in it, including a compound that actually helps with antiviruses, antibacteria, clinically been shown to actually have some really amazing antibacterial killing benefits. Garlic also has some prebiotic in it as well. So you cannot, for me, if you enjoy garlic, you really can't overdo it. So I love layering the soup with garlic, and I do a ton of it. I'm very generous with it, okay? And then, oh my gosh, ginger, okay? I'm making the soup more like a ham hock bean soup that's got like a curry flavoring in it. Which is a really good mix. But ginger, I mean, we are underutilizing ginger in the United States. We use ginger all the time in Asia, and we know there's actually documented studies of the incredible antiviral activity of ginger. This is why when you're sick, ginger tea, ginger and honey. Honey has antibacterial activity too, especially Manuka honey. Okay, how many of you guys are enjoying this right now? If you are, can you give me a thumbs up? Can you actually tell me in the comment section what's been the most eye-opening so far on this video? What is something new that you're learning right now? That'd be really great, so I don't think I'm talking to myself. Thank you guys. Okay, so ginger, any excuse I could throw ginger in, I'm gonna throw ginger in. In this particular case, here's the thing, I just kind of cut the skins off of it. You don't have to. If you like ginger and you like it, the flavor of it, and you like pieces of it in your soup, then cut it all up and put it in. If you don't happen to like eating pieces of ginger, you can certainly cut it into some big chunks and put it in. I do that because in the Instapot, the pressure really gets the nutrients out of it anyway. So if you want to do it in big chunks and you want to just be able to take it out, that's fine. I really love it, so I'm going to go ahead and chop it up. I'm just going to go ahead and cut some slices in it. Okay, so I'm going to just cut some slices in it and I'm going to throw it in there. Now, hey, let's not forget herbs, guys, okay? So I love herbs and spices, and this is where the immune boosting properties go off the chain now, okay? So this is rosemary from my garden. Oh, I love the smell. I use rosemary all the time in cooking, but I also use it medicinally in supplements that I recommend to clients I work with. Rosemary is incredible for liver. It's incredible for anti-inflammatory, and it has immune boosting. Okay, and it's so freaking easy to grow in most parts of the world. It doesn't even require watering much once the plant is established. So I put rosemary in there to help with flavoring, but it's also really incredible to help boost immune system as well. Okay, so rosemary is always great. Let's talk spices. Okay, gosh, I think we underutilize spices in this country. So I'm just gonna really quickly talk about a couple spices that I always have in large amounts. Cumin, all right? So come on, get some cumin and get a lot of it and get used to using it. I mean, you're talking I gotta do curcumin, all this stuff. Yes, great, but you know what? Use it in cooking every single day. So it's really great in dealing with autoimmunity, to decrease autoimmunity. It's really great in hormones and hormone balancing for people with PCOS, estrogen dominance, low hormones. It's an incredible supplement for that. It has antifungal activities. It has antibacterial activities. And it's really great for clearing inflammation, especially when you're dealing with pain and joint pain. So what's bad about using cumin? Absolutely freaking nothing, and I use it all the time. When I make salad, when I make slaws, I'm literally throwing cumin on. I made scrambled eggs for my daughter this morning, and I do a little bit of that into her scrambled eggs, okay? This is not a hard thing to use. Don't be afraid of it. Experiment with it and use it, okay? Let me see. Let me take a look at some of these comments. Didn't know about anything about ham hocks before. Going to try. I love that, Michelle. Cora says, love cooking fresh herbs. Great. And then Jennifer S says, I have 2 huge rosemary bushes in my yard. Jennifer, it's time to use it. And did you know it's super helpful for balancing your hormones? And it's great for liver. It's helped your liver detoxify your body. So this herb is a powerhouse, and garlic is a powerhouse, guys. Okay. Let's see, any other comments? Maureen says, thanks for sharing all this awesome info. Oh, I cook, I cook all the time and I love to teach. Barbara Schick, always love hearing you teach. Aw, you guys rock. Lisa, great to see you, Lisa, good stuff. All right, and then we got alumni from Austin. All right, keep the comments going, okay? So if you guys have some additional questions or feedback from me, I will be looking through those comments. Anyway, cumin, I'm gonna use it, okay? Now, the other thing is, pepper, okay? Whether that's white pepper, red pepper, black pepper, so freaking amazing. And pepper is really awesome because it can improve circulation. And black pepper specifically activates the anti-inflammatory abilities of cumin. So you know, when I use cumin, I always use black pepper. And this is also why on a lot of supplements that you see for curcumin, they say black pepper in there, because it's a necessary part to activate the cumin. So use pepper, it's good, okay? And that being said, while we're on the pepper train, I'm gonna talk about cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper is really amazing for improving circulation. It's helpful and when you look at cayenne, it's also helpful for chronic pain, especially applied topically. You rub it on joints and stuff. So cayenne pepper is really amazing because whenever you improve circulation, you're gonna boost your immunity, because we want our blood cells, our white blood cells, to flow to the area where we're getting under attack. What can help with blood flow to that? Black pepper, cayenne pepper, okay? Movement. Which is why movement is a huge part of our program. You gotta move, circulate your lymphatics to actually get your cells, your immune cells, to go exactly where it needs to go. So movement is a really important part of wellness and immune support, okay? Monica asked the question, does everything have to be organic? No, I think not at all. But of course, if you can afford to do that, and if you want to do that, feel free to do that. I go by, very importantly, look at the Dirty Dozen. The Dirty Dozen are the dozen that I've posted it actually in the Facebook group before. There is a Dirty Dozen that requires the most pesticides to actually grow. The Dirty Dozen, I always buy organic, and I can tell you a lot of the root vegetables like potato, celery is in the Dirty Dozen, strawberries in the Dirty Dozen. So be aware of what's on the Dirty Dozen. Those absolutely, hands down, you must buy organic. The other stuff, I would say more optional. I happen, if you guys watch my video on the unboxing of the imperfect foods, it's actually a good way for actually the same, some of the products are the same price as conventionally grown, to get actually lower cost organic items that don't look perfect delivered to your home. So I did an unboxing video. You should watch that, and I actually go through exactly what I do with each item that I picked for my box. So that's educating you about how to actually look at these boxes and use every item, right? So watch that if you can. Anyway, so those are some of the herbs and spices. Now the beans, okay? Now, I'm just gonna talk a quick second about beans, which is that if you're gonna make a lentil soup, there's a lot of different colors of lentils that you're gonna see in the store. And what nutritional value wise, guess what? Out of the lentils, do you guys know which color actually is the most nutrient, that has the most nutrients, fiber? If you had to choose between, black, brown, red, yellow lentils, what color do you think? And I love color, all the phytonutrients. Oop, I just cheated. Okay, so your red lentils are gonna have the most, actually more nutrition than some of the other ones. This is why I love color, people. Get a ton of color into everything. Look at the colors that are in here, right? Herbs and spices, you got to get color. The more color you get in your food, the more phytonutrients. These are nutrients that can be anti-cancer, immune boosting, it can be hormone balancing, craziness, right? So add a lot of color. So what I want to do is, I just want to show you how I put the soup together. I know this is a longer video, but I figured you guys would enjoy me going into some teaching. This is not my forte. Okay, I'm just gonna show you what I put in, and it's really literally putting all these ingredients in. So basically I put my ham hocks in. I'm using filtered water here, but feel free to use bone broth if you already have it, just to increase some of the collagen in it, okay? I'm gonna put in about 2 cups of beans. I have about, here's 1 cup of the red lentils. And I don't have fully 2 cups of red lentils, so I'm actually gonna put in some split pea as well. Just for shits and giggles. And feel free, like if you want other types of beans in there, if you have an intolerance to one type of bean and you want to do a different type of bean, feel free to do it. I've made the soup with a number of beans, okay? And then really simply, I'm just gonna throw in everything else. I'm gonna throw in my carrots. This can't get easier, guys. This is like chop and dump, okay? And I just chop these vegetable ups, okay? I love my onions, and I love my garlic, and I love my ginger. Just dump and forget about it, right? And then let's do spices. I told you guys I love cumin, and I am gonna throw a ton of cumin in there. Okay, I probably would put a tablespoon in there, but see what you like. But this is really gonna be the powerhouse of boosting your immune system and helping your liver boost your immune system. Black pepper, I'm gonna do the big end of this because I do a ton, and then I hate measuring stuff out, but I would say that would be about a teaspoon. Okay, that's why I don't like recipes. I've always cooked without a recipe by Gestalt, but I'm gonna give you a certain amount just by guessing here. This is cayenne pepper. Depends how hot you like it. You know, if you're a lightweight on the cayenne, it's really great to boost your blood flow, to boost your immune system. So if you want a lightweight, put a little bit. If you're not, I would put in a little bit more. Okay, that would be probably about 1/4 teaspoon right there. Okay, and salt. To me, I really like using sea salt. I don't like any salt that has iodine in it. I really think iodine is actually overused. And some people with autoimmunity have trouble with it. So sea salt is going to be important. Or kosher salt. Kosher salt also doesn't have, maybe I'll add a recipe to this afterwards. This is how I cook, so I'm just showing you exactly how I cook, okay? So anyway, so I would put in, and you can overdo salt, so it's better to under salt, and then when you're done cooking, you can always, that pepper. So I would say that a whole Instapot of soup, it's probably going to be about a tablespoon of salt. Okay, but if that worries you, go with half a tablespoon. Okay, and then what happens is that once the soup is done, you can then go ahead and taste it, and you can add more salt if you wanted to. And when I do my Instapot, I make sure that I check the ring to make sure that it's set in right with the wires, so it's in the right, so it's able to seal. I use Instapot all the time. Okay, setting wise, really simple, okay? So let's look at the setting. Can't get easier than this. Soup. Done. You know, you can make cooking stupidly simple. And I mean, you guys seen here, the only reason this took me, I don't know, I've been on 20 minutes or something, is because I'm teaching stuff. But literally, I could put this soup together in 10 minutes. I always keep ham hocks or leftover bones from family meals, you know, in the freezer. So I actually have a stockpile of it. Maybe I'll show you guys my freezer stockpile sometimes. I'm packing my freezer stockpile. If any of you guys would like me to do a video on that, you can put it in the comment section. But anyway, I just put on the soup setting, and basically in about 41 minutes it will be done, and I just let it release naturally rather than trying to force release it. And then I'll show you guys a picture of the soup when it's done, all right? So I want to ask you guys, what has been most valuable so far? I mean, I hope this has been helpful to actually show you guys how you can make soup to boost your family's immune system. If you've got kids, you got people, I mean, and soup is amazing because soup you can actually use for any meal or even a snack before bed. The other thing is that you can pack soups for lunch in a thermos for your children or for yourself at work or your partner, right? Here's the thing. If you guys enjoyed this, there's been a lot going on about upper respiratory infections, and I just did this just because I'm making soup, but I think like this all the time. So this coming week, I'm thinking about maybe later in the week, because so many of you have asked for it, is would you guys want me to teach on supplementation and upper respiratory infections? What is the truth from fiction? If you would like me to do an upper respiratory, you know, cold and flu supplement training, like this, go ahead and write in the comment section, supplement flu training, please. And just so I know there's already a couple hundred of you who already said yes to this. So if you're really super interested in this, I'd love to just talk off my head and just go through with you guys some of the supplement facts that's data driven. All right, data is really important. Okay, I don't talk out of my ass. I talk out of data, and I talk out of experience, clinical experience, being a physician for 24 years. Okay, and in the last 12 years of it, I've been a holistic physician, MD, working with people with autoimmunity and other chronic health conditions. All right, so yeah, if it's hell yeah, I'd love that. And then so when the soup is ready, I'll shoot some pictures of it or a tasting video for you guys. Hey everybody, I'm doing a taste test of the ultimate immune boosting soup that I just made. I just want to show you what came out of the Instapot after 41 minutes of cooking. Look at that. And you can add any other vegetables you want in there. Soup is a great way to hide a lot of vegetables. So, you could put asparagus in there, which has a lot of prebiotic, anything. I mean, and so a lot of times when I see vegetables start to go a little bit not terrific in my refrigerator, I will chop it up and put it in the freezer and then throw it into a soup exactly like this. If you see your celery or your carrots starting to get a little soft, go ahead and just chop it up and put it in the freezer for this. So let me taste it and see how this tastes, okay? I'm gonna pour myself some. And remember, one of the things I talk about is making sure that you check salt. I started with half a tablespoon of salt for the entire Instapot. Let me see how it tastes. This is yummy. Actually, the salt is perfect because that ham hock actually had some salt in there. So half a tablespoon is perfect for the entire pot. All the vegetables, the beans are totally soft and melted. The consistency is really great. Carrots, the whole garlic like literally melts in my mouth. Cumin's really great. The salt's perfect. Spice is perfect. For me, it might be a little hot for kids, so you can decrease the amount of cayenne or omit it, depending on your liking. It's just fantastic. Here's a pro tip. This is very similar to some of the Indian-inspired soups that you'll see recipes for. Sometimes what Indians chefs will do is right before they serve it, they put some ghee, which is clarified butter, right on top. Oh, and adding that fat just makes it so good. And ghee is clarified butter. So there's a lot of people who are not, if you're not dairy intolerant, or you're dairy intolerant but you can handle butter, ghee, the clarified butter has a lot of really amazing substances in it that actually helps your gut process hormones, just so you know. So I always, it's really easy on bean soups like this to add fat. So you can always add a dollop of ghee, which is clarified butter. You could add grass-fed butter. The other thing I do is I add our MCT oil right on top, which is a great way to just add fat, which is really great to boost your immune system as well, is good fats. So just a pro tip, add some fat on top. It'll make it taste delicious. Some people, Italians will put olive oil, drizzle some olive oil right on top of the food before they serve it, the soup, and olive oil. I can go off on that, but olive oil leaf and the plant itself and the olives, huge immune boosting. And I can talk more about that later, but just so you know, olive oil, top it with olive oil, extra virgin. That's another way to do it. This is a 10 in my book. I love it. And it was so easy to put together. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so that you know whenever I have a live video like this. Thanks a lot, and see you guys later.
Lupus, lymphobrosis,
Hashimoto's thyroiditis,
fibromyalgia, AS, which is a form of arthritis,
Epstein-Barr, extremely fatigued,
pretty much zero joint pain.
Much more happy.
I don't have brain fog anymore, how much weight I have lost.
I want to see remission.
Maggie and her approach is very different than the traditional doctor.
I'm a totally different person.
I got a better understanding of what those intolerances were.
You're not alone.
The community is, I'm learning from everyone else's issues.
It's not just helped me, it's helped my entire family.
We are transformed.
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 Join the movement and transform your autoimmune naturally today.